Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to be linking to an article from TPM, Talking Points Memo, which deals with some poll data that shows things that most Americans agree on, 90% or approximately thereof. And I thought I'd discuss the individual points that pop up. All right, so nearly all Americans agree on the following. Believe in God. Well, I'm a theist. I believe in the gods, plural. I don't believe in the dominant God in America, which is the Christian God. I don't worship him. I don't have anything to do with the Abrahamic traditions at all, and I feel that organized religion is a pox upon humanity. So while I am a theist, that puts me fairly far outside what most people in America are comfortable with. Says most Americans are very patriotic. I would agree with that. I think that it borders on jingoism, nationalism in a very unhealthy way, that it blinds Americans from the ability to question what their government does in their name. Patriotism purely for the sake of patriotism, for saying it's our team or no team, is unhealthy. Consider preventing terrorism a very important foreign policy goal. I happen to agree with that. However, you don't prevent terrorism with armies. You prevent terrorism with compassion. You can prevent terrorism through education. You would, for example, take our current amount of foreign aid, which is a pathetic amount, and increase it by about 10 times. Make sure that we spread the good things about America. Other things you could do to help prevent terrorism: put a massive rein on corporations and the damage they do across the world. Have our government stop mucking with the politics of other countries, so that their laws favor American corporations and American policies. In general, stop doing evil and do good. And you don't need armies for that. You need compassion. You need an engaged citizenry, and we don't have those things right now. Admire those who get rich by working hard. That is an excellent concept, except it's almost absolutely a myth. As George Carlin has said, they call it the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. Almost every single person in America who is wealthy got that way because they had a major bonus in their corner. The game of life is incredibly unfair in America. If you are born to certain families, you're set. And in America, being born white and male is a big bonus. That puts you on the easy mode of the game, as opposed to being born a female, or being brown, or yellow, or red, or black, or being poor. All of those things put you on the super hard mode, and you're not going to get very far. So that would be nice if it was an even playing field, but it isn't an even playing field. It has never been an even playing field, not since the ink was still wet upon the Declaration of Independence. Okay? Don't think it ever was. That's a myth, folks, and we need to kill that myth and start addressing the actual economic inequality and the class warfare that goes on in America. And we're not doing that. Not by a long shot. Think society should ensure everyone has equal opportunity to succeed. And I agree. See my previous comment. We don't have that here. We have never had that here. We can work towards it. But we have to change on a very fundamental level how we do everything in America. And for the most part, we aren't willing to do that. Think it's important to get more than a high school education. So do I. In fact, I think that our public funding should go from preschool all the way through college. If you want to go additional schooling after 4 years of college, that's on your own dime or scholarship. But we should pay for everyone who makes the criteria. You'd have to actually get into college. You'd have to make the entrance exams, of course. But if you've got the SAT scores, we, the people, should pay for that. We should educate everyone as much as we should. Much as we can. That's what we should be doing. We're not, of course. And the whole idea that we make money off of people's educations is sick. But then again, we're a country that supports making money off of misery and death in the healthcare industry, so I shouldn't be surprised that we make it off of education as well. Favored teaching sex education in public schools. I fully endorse that. So tell me why so many states have an abstinence-only policy that we know simply furthers the rates of sexually transmitted diseases and unwanted pregnancies, driving up the abortions rate in America. So tell me, if 90% of Americans, or roughly 90% of Americans, believe that sex education is important, why aren't we having it? Anyone got a clue? Find birth control morally acceptable. So do I, particularly seeing as even Catholic women, 95% of them, use birth control at some point in their life. Birth control should be freely available to anyone in America that wants it. We should be handing it out like candy. Really, we should. Because that would help prevent unwanted pregnancies, help prevent poverty, and help reduce abortions. Which is why, of course, we're opposed to that. Believe cloning humans would be morally wrong. I don't get this one. I have absolutely no understanding of this. I wish someone would explain to me why cloning a human is wrong. Twins and triplets? They're legal. We don't arrest parents for having them. We don't ship them off to some camp somewhere. Nature's been making clones for as long as nature's existed. Without problem. No one bats an eye at it. You are more than the meat you walk around in. Your mind and your spirit are yours. And whether there's one of you or a million of you, that's still going to be true. If you were to make a clone of me right now, that kid's going to be raised in the year 2013 into the future. They're not going to be me. They may look like me, but guess what? I look like my father. If you see the two of us from the back, many people have mistaken us. I know exactly what I'm going to look like. And my wife will tell you, we have many, many personality characteristics that are almost identical. Okay? I am as close to a clone as you can imagine in the real world. And guess what? I'm a different person. I never became an alcoholic. I never beat anyone. I'm a different human being. So I have never understood the opposition to cloning. Don't get it. I don't know if I ever will. It really frustrates me. Believe in it's wrong for married people to have affairs. Well, that's up to the married people. It's up to what they define as affairs. I don't think that other people should be sticking their nose in that particular relationship. If two married people are okay with their partners having extracurricular activities, that's up to them. Not you. Not anybody else. And if that couple doesn't believe in that and one steps outside that contract, well, then it's an issue for that couple. I've played all angles of that game. I don't want to play that game anymore. I've been the other man, I've been cheated on, and I've been the cheater. I don't want to play any of those games anymore. Just not my thing. But it was nobody else's business. Not then, not now, and not in the future. So, that's a weird one to me. Because lots of people are doing it. People don't think it's right. Why are they doing it? And lastly, and this one probably quite possibly baffles me the most, believe it's their duty to always vote. So, if they believe that, why aren't they doing it? Because we don't have a 90% turnout rate at the polls. I think the most we've ever hit in my lifetime is 60. I think this is one of those questions like when they ask people, do you attend church? People aren't answering the question, do you attend church? People are answering the question, are you the type of person that would attend church? And that's the question they're answering. And that answer is yes. Because those people say, I am the type of person that would attend church, even if they don't. Because if the percentage of people who actually answered yes to the question, do you attend church, attended church, church attendance would be like 2 to 3 times higher than it actually is in America. And that's what we're seeing here. People are answering the question, are you the type of person that votes? And people want you to think well of them, so they are answering the question, yes, I am the type of person that votes. Even though they do not vote. They need to vote. particularly the minorities in America need to vote. And they need to vote often, and they need to vote every election, and they need to make sure they don't ever vote for a conservative ever again. If we do this, we can push our politics into the center, and then eventually, in a generation or two, we can push them to the left. It's taken us 40 years to get so far to the right I'm off the screen. So we need to bring that back into the middle, and then we need to push right off the other side into the left before we can start having a society that actually cares for the 99 and not the 1%. The 1% can come along for the ride, but the 99 should be the ones in charge. I know, I'm a radical socialist. So, I'll post this article, and I will look forward to how other people answer these questions. Video response or comment below. Do you agree with these beliefs in America? Are you part of this 90%? Do you think that the people who are answering this are answering the question at hand, or are they answering a different question? Do they just want to present themselves as being something they aren't because that questioner, the opinion of that questioner, is important to them? Or the fact that they're including themselves in a public poll, they want that public poll to reflect well of them even though they remain anonymous. So I'd be interested in hearing what people have to say.